And we're live.
I'm curious, all three of you guys, because I'm always curious about this. Because look, growing up, you're dumb, and if you look back at growing up, all of us have at least one. I can't believe I lived like I'm alive. Right? What's your best growing up? I can't believe we did that. I can't believe nobody died, or nobody got seriously hurt, or whatever.
We used to do. Yeah, Kyle, you go ahead. You've got a litany of these, I'm sure.
I mean, like the one that was literally the closest to death was when like we were 16. No, I want to say I just had graduated high school, I think. Like literally
Where'd you grow up?
Northeast Georgia in the country.
Okay.
Kind of near Athens, Georgia, where UGA is. I just had graduated high school, I think. So I'd have been like 18. And my cousin was 17, and we were getting really into fitness. We were like, we'd go over to his house and lift weights, and then we go for like a jog at night. And it was always at night, pretty late. And it was July 4th. I remember it was July 4th because the fireworks were going off. And we were out for this jog, and we went onto some private property because like these people just had put a house up, and it seemed nobody was home. And we were just kind of being looky-loos, just kind of like, hey, what's going on here? New people. And they came home. And we looked like, I realized immediately, like we looked like trespassers or robbers or something. We were just out here for like a jog, and now we look like criminals. So we ran, and the guy starts chasing us with a gun, and he's screaming for us to come out. And we're like hiding in the woods, running this long loop-de-loo route to get back to his house, and we get separated. My cousin makes it back to his house, but I've gone to like a crazy loop to get away. Long story short, when I finally get back to my cousin's house, I come storming into the house because I'm afraid of this guy who's been chasing us forever. He's been like driving his car down the road, like shining his headlights into fields looking for us, screaming at us. And you can tell by somebody's voice sometimes when they're a big man. And this is a very big man, I can tell. And my cousin is in the kitchen when I tear the door open with a pistol in his hand. And he pulls the trigger with it pointed at me because he thinks I'm the man coming to get him. And it goes click. He didn't have a bullet in the chamber of a 40 caliber, like Smith & Wesson semi-automatic handgun. And it was pointed like right at my like chest, stomach area. So like he easily could have killed me right there. I went to drive home. And this is how I know the guy had a gun and how I know that it was a big man, because when I went to drive home, the police pulled me over because that man had called the police. And I ended up meeting that man and apologizing profusely, and it all got like washed away. I was like,
what did he say when you were apologizing?
He said I was going to kill you. Like I thought he's like, my kid was asleep in the house. I thought you guys were breaking into my house. I was like, we were out for a jog and we just didn't know who lived there, and we were just curious and we were just out for a jog.
And then we saw the TV just sitting there, and then
Kyle, I'm assuming in that area of Georgia, trespassing is not a smart move.
Not at all. Not at all. No.
Because what percentage of people you think have guns?
All of them.
Yeah, all of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
All of them have guns.
That's right.
I didn't grow up with anybody that I knew who didn't have at least like a gun. And like most of the people that I knew like had a gun in the vehicle with them, if not more than one. You know, it was one of those scenarios. So yeah, that I could have easily died right there if Scott had a bullet in the chamber.
By the way, you could have died 2 times in that same story.
Yeah. I don't think the guy was going to shoot wildly into the woods or anything at me. But like Scott tried to actively kill me right there and just didn't happen to have a bullet in the chamber, luckily.
Jesus Christ. That was
a good one.
What about you guys?
A really good one.
Would have been a cool scar.
I got nothing like a cool scar to show off in your casket.
But you've never more to how I nearly killed people. Like so I used to climb the outside of my house from the time I was like 6. We had this 6-foot-tall fence that butted up against a chimney, and I could climb the fence, climb the chimney, get on the roof, and I would hang out there, and I thought it was cool. And that behavior just never stopped. We moved. We had this 4-story house in Ocean City, New Jersey, and I would like scale the porch onto the roof, and then our roof, there'd be too steep, so steep you could hardly stand on it. You use all 4 hands and feet to prevent yourself from sliding and falling like 70 feet. And I was good at it though, and I was pretty athletic like as a teenager. So for me, I would just scurry around this thing like a mountain goat. The problem was I used to bring other people with me. I'd bring girls and stuff like who had no athletic ability whatsoever. And, you know, I'd be like, you can make this jump. Just hold my hand. And like, yeah, just that. They jump over the gap, you know, because it's like a right angle with a missing square, if you're picturing this.
Mhm.
And I would just hold their hand and prevent them from falling off this roof. And we'd watch like 4th of July fireworks and shit from the top of my house. And in hindsight, that was a terrible decision. I could have killed someone.
Probably so.
Yeah.
There's so many, like I was driving. We had just graduated high school, and I was with a buddy of mine, and these two girls were like, "Hey, we're gonna go skinny dipping. Do you want to come?" And we were like, "Yeah, that's right. That's
So wait, the
100%.
girls invited you to go skinny dipping?
Yeah,
Nice. You're gonna get laid.
You were handsome, right?
I don't
He
know.
is
about-
handsome, Woody.
I can tell you this. I was very excited at the prospect of seeing boobs.
Yeah.
Mhm.
At that age, like if someone's offering them up, you're like, "Fuck
Someone
yeah!"
selected
where's
you to
that
see
happening?
them naked out of the blue. Carry on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we had decided, my friend and I, let's beat them there and scare them.
Jesus Christ, you're awful with this. Why did they pick you?
Yeah, I'm not the right guy to, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you're gonna put yourself in a vulnerable situation? Cool, let me fuck with you a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but by the way, I'm gonna be a burglar with a heart on, so it might give it away who it is. Yeah. Boom.
So you-
So we took I was going down the street and I'm like, oh, I knew there's a shortcut over here. And I took a hard left and I just didn't make the left. And I accelerated straight into a tree. When I mean straight into a tree, I grew up in Massachusetts where the license plates are 3 digits dash 3 digits.
Mhm.
Perfect in the middle. Neither one of us were wearing seatbelts because we were in high school and you didn't have to wear seatbelts back then and nobody did, you know?
Mhm.
When I tell you that we hit that tree, I mean, nothing crazy, probably about 40, something like that.
Fast.
That's fast. Yeah.
No seatbelts. Our heads both hit the windshield. When you looked at the windshield and there was a little hole through it on his side and there wasn't on my side. But I'm not kidding. It was this close. We were this close to hitting heads at 40 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Man,
Which
you
would
both
have been
died.
that would have been clearly the end for one of us.
Hitting the
Mhm.
windshield's pretty bad. Your heads hit the windshield?
My hat, so I have a scar that goes down through here that stops right before my eye. But my hat had glass stuck in it right where it covered over. So when it dropped down, it cut down through here. And then my hat was fucked up. It was an old San Antonio Spurs hat that had a cut from there across. But like I got lucky on so many,
You made out like a bandit. Yeah. Very lucky.
so many levels.
Did you get
Now
to see the boobs though?
what's that?
The boobs.
You're
Well,
like
here's the best
bloody and
news.
have vertigo. Just show me your tits.
Here's the best
Before
news.
I go to the
The
hospital.
girls felt bad for me. So when I got released from the hospital, they came over and they showed me their titties in my basement.
Really?
Everything worked out.
Yeah,
thus
man.
began a
Win,
vicious
win, win.
cycle.
You know?
Thus began a vicious cycle of self-harm and that's how I lost the use of my left foot.
Yeah,
that's
man.
brutal.
It was that was definitely the luckiest.
Did you ever hook up with these girls in the like? It sounds like these girls liked you.
Yeah. I mean,
alright.
are you asking me if I got some sympathy vagina?
I didn't think it. How old were you?
18, 17.
Oh, I guess it is a thing. Yeah, I didn't ever date them. You know, whatever. Because I don't know. They sound like they were trying to pick you up. It
Well,
wasn't
one
that
of
hard to pick up.
One of the girls, this is why it was so exciting. One of the girls had the largest breasts. Especially at that age. And it was back in an era, guys, where not everybody was drinking the milk with all the bad stuff in it that made everybody's boobs huge, right?
Yeah.
It was
bad
like
stuff.
not everybody was walking around with giant titties. It was like every now and then you'd be like, God damn, what? Look at that. And it was one of
Never
those
allowed
girls.
adoration.
So when she was like, do you want to meet us there? I was like, yes.
Yeah.
And when she came over and was like, I'm going to do something for you. You can't tell anybody. I'm like, what's about to happen? When she just went like this, I could not believe what was happening in in my mind, it was like a porn.
And here you are telling all of these people.
She had one rule.
Wait, but you definitely told your friends immediately after, like, Samantha showed me her tits.
I mean, listen, when she was like, all right, we'll see you later. By the time the door click, I had already picked up the phone. I'm like, you're never going to believe what's happening right now. I mean, it happened that quick. Are you at that age when somebody comes over and shows you their boobs in the basement? You don't think you're telling all of your friends?
No, of course you are.
Kyle, you're not?
I was a secret keeper. No.
Oh, not in high school. I wasn't.
Oh, absolutely.
I am now.
In high school. I finger banged this chick, and I was like, people be like, hey, did you and so-and-so hook up? I'm like, no, nothing happened. No. Because I know if I tell, it's going to get back to her. Yeah. I'm not getting any more pussy.
I was way too insecure. I needed people to know that I had seen a boob. Do you know what I mean? I'll deal with the repercussions, but you think I'm a virgin? Guess what? I saw some titties yesterday.
Yeah, so technically you're right.
So I don't know how it works, but I don't think I'm a virgin anymore.
Both my arms are broken, so I couldn't beat off right now.
I've kept that shit quiet for 18 years now. Nobody will ever know who somebody finger banged in the back of that car.